Hope so, think so, was it?
I mean, probably.
He's not giving me a straight answer. We'll have to see how it goes before we get onto the server.
The Retros denied a cash out. Great steal.
No commitment there, Ronnie Theodosius. But, well, it's been a bit of a story here. But they started so well in CS2. They jumped off that ramp right into the finals at IEM Sydney. Still into the arena blast ball finals, and then crash and burn.
And what, Mike? Then what? What happened?
Crash and burn. Eliza out. ESL Challenger Atlanta grouped on home turf. Man, last spring groups, last place as well. Man, it has not been pretty since the hot start.
No, it has not been pretty. IEM Sydney was fantastic for Complexity. Again, take nothing away. That performance in itself was great. That performance at Blast Fall Finals was also great. You know, very respectable performances coming in. The last 3 events they've played, as you can see in this graph, or the graph you saw before, is completely unacceptable. Elisa, they finished last at a tournament where they went in with the expectations to win the entire thing. ESL Challenger Atlanta, home turf. Mike, they didn't do anything on home turf. And that would be a bit embarrassing for guys like you. And then, of course, the Blast Spring groups where they just played some horrific Counter-Strike. Maui, where does that leave us with Complexity? Because 2 months ago, we were praising them for being one of the most up-and-coming teams. Now, they can't play.
It leaves me with a horrible taste in my mouth. That's where it leaves me. I did not like what I saw in the Blast Spring groups. The way the disconnect between some of the players there felt very unprofessional. I would even say it's at some of the individual levels that I expected from there's some of the unlikely heroes were sometimes popping off. I saw some good moments from Halbert in Sydney. I saw some great moments from Floppy at the fall finals. And then at the Blast Spring groups, both of those 2 guys just had such a tough time getting into the season. We do know, however, that the Blast Spring groups, sometimes teams go out to warm up into things. They need to get back to Europe because Complexity, a lot of them still housed in America. And so sometimes the practice quality isn't always the best. So I would hope, that we get a better face from Complexity here, because if this is the trend that we're noticing with Complexity as they're falling down, how low can it go?
You know what I'll say? I'm an optimistic guy looking at this graph. Pop this one right back up. You know what? Seeing the end product here, seeing the end product, you know what I say? That'll buff right out. Yeah, no problem. That'll buff right out. So you can definitely get that right back.
Can't get any worse than that.
Back on the road, buff right out, get a new paint job. All good, all good. Some new colors, perhaps. Maybe some old colors. Look, there's still a lot that we can maybe look forward to. Right? There's pedigree of players. We've seen the individual ability. We've seen the moments. We've seen them making finals. We know they're capable of it. The question is, can they find that version?
No one's doubting the individual qualities of a player like Elise, as an example. I think he's been absolutely fantastic in the signing of Elise will go down in NA history as one of the better signings in a very long time. Obviously, bringing back Twist to Liquid is a nice one as well, but he actually came into Complexity and he gave them success from the get-go. He himself has been a constant delivery guy. He's always been there. Great rating, great individual product. The team just haven't been able to follow up with Elise as of late. I guess the silver lining I'm looking for, and you said it right here, Maui, is the fact that they went out of Blast Spring groups so early that they've had time to practice within Europe. So this whole there's no practice in NA, the practice quality is bad. That excuse doesn't exist at this tournament because they've had more than a week and a half to practice against good European teams.
It does indeed. The excuses are gone. It's now about the proof of the pudding. And another team that's been showing us a whole lot more proof than perhaps we initially expected. It's the other side of the court. We've got Apex over there, right? They started out 13-0. It doesn't get worse than that. And then they get tenacious wins over Furia, tenacious win over Big, and here they are, right here, right now, ready to face off on in the Hall of Heroes.
Apex just keep upending my expectations. They come back in games that I feel like are lost, and they even came back from a loss so brutal at the very beginning to Spirit that I thought there's no shot for them. Surely Fury are going to take them down in that lower bracket matchup. I even thought they were going to beat Big yesterday when Big had them by the net on Ancient, and yet still they were able to get all the way back. They seem like the most resilient team right now in this tournament, and Stico said himself, the fact is that maybe it was a blessing in disguise, the fact that they lost 0-13, because we heard from Jacob in the post-game interview the next day, the pre-game interview, we were talking to James Banks saying, you know, they just were able to reflect on that. They were able to look at all their mistakes, able to reassess what went wrong. And sometimes you need just a big kick in the butt to recognize, okay, what did we mess up in practice? Okay, here's a live example of us failing at it. And then we saw just market improvements in terms of their teamwork, in terms of some of the way that they're finding themselves in rounds. And that late round, something weirdly that I've liked about Apex too, just late 3v3 or whatever situation.
So we've got this quote from Stico, right? This is what they were talking about. It was the Blasphemous Skies. They had I heard about that team talk, actually. That it was like 5 hours long, 4 or 5 hours long, just, you know, really heated, getting everything out there about trying to figure out how that they know their own expectations, right? They don't really know what this team looks like yet, and they're kind of just finding out along the way.
Yeah, they lost the in-game leader first and foremost, Kixen going towards Heroic. That was a big loss for Apex. Had to bring back to this man, because I think he's played a great tournament so far, over-delivering by far, individually speaking, way better than he's ever been within Apex at this tournament. He's already then secured the Armor spot for him as well. So it's been a team that's been in a bit of a rough situation. I also will say that if you lose one game 13-0 to a team like Spirit at a tournament like this, and you need a 5-hour talk, that means that there's been issues leading up to the tournament as well. Practice probably haven't been going the way they wanted it to, so it seems like a culmination of a lot of stuff that happened here against Spirit, and if they're to play better Counter-Strike, then good for them, but it does sound like it's been a rough period for Apex Communities.
I think it certainly has. I think they've been trying to figure it out as they go along, and to find out what they've been finding out. We got some words from their coach. It's been there with you today.
There is no rest for Apex here.